Hello everyone, it's me, that dude, Willie D, and whether you're a beginner or a returning veteran to Diablo 2, I have 14 quick tips for you guys that are very useful for your Diablo 2 adventure. Some things that you might not even know have been there the whole time, and some things that were kind of added to the D2R Resurrected update, and maybe you just missed it. So I'm here to shed some light on those things and hopefully help you out along the way. I am in no way, shape, or form a Diablo 2 expert. And while I was doing my due diligence researching for this video, I learned many things along the way. So if you have any Diablo 2 tips that you'd like to share with the community, make sure to leave them down in the comments for everybody to hear about, and I'll like to comment on them and see what you got going on. All right, we're starting off this countdown. Number one quick tip for you guys is going to be assassins don't need keys. That's it. That's the tip. They don't need keys. That's one whole stash space in your inventory that you can have for another small charm. And it might not seem like much for people who like to min-max. That's pretty useful. I'm just kind of jealous that the assassin doesn't teach the whole team how to pick those locks. I can learn, I can be taught things, but I guess she wants to hoard that knowledge all for herself. But yeah, assassins don't need keys. I'm kind of jealous. All right, for tip number two, I'm going to show you here on the old D2 screen here, but this one's kind of fun and has been added for Diablo 2 Resurrected, and it's the zoom feature. If you hit F on your keyboard, it'll zoom in, and that's, pretty nice to have. But what you may not have known, if you hold the button F and then use the wheel on your mouse, you can actually zoom in to a specific zoom range. So if you only want it zoomed in so much, you can rock like that. If you only want it zoomed in maybe a little bit, you can rock like that too. But all the way out is this, and all the way out is this, so you can set it to whatever you'd like to. It's nice to have preferences, isn't it? Tip number three is for when you're re-rolling a brand new fresh character, when you're starting out and you don't have much gold, especially at the beginning of ladder, which by the way, season 8 just kicked off. You don't got gold, you need gold real quick, pick up the throwing knives and the throwing axes. Those are a nice source of gold early on. Obviously, wands and stuff like that have plus skills is really nice too. But oftentimes people will overlook those throwing knives and throwing axes, and they will stack you up on gold really, really quick. So make sure everybody that's leaving those on the ground, pick those babies up and get yourself stacked up on your tomes and your stamina potions so you can get zooming around all over the map. And speaking of potions, let's talk about stacking potions. Did you know potions can stack? You have the antidotes, you have the thawings that will cure you from being chilled or from being poisoned, but did you know that drinking more of those at once will actually stack the resistance of that respective potion? So if you drink a bunch of antidotes, you're actually going to get a bunch of poison res for 30 seconds for each potion that you drink. Same thing for your thawing potion, but did you know that it actually works for stamina potions as well? So if you're like me, starting out in the game, and you like to run around and not have to worry about drinking a stamina potion, just chug a bunch of them. 30 seconds for each of them, fill your inventory up and then go for a few minutes without having to worry about running out of steam. Next tip for you guys is going to be for when you're allocating your skill points. Now, if you're new to the game, you might want to kind of spread everything out. Oh, I want to do more, spells, so I need more mana. Oh, I want to do more of this, so I'm going to need more strength. I want to need more damage. That's exactly what I thought when I first played this game way back in the day. I kept investing points into strength and not understanding why my barb wasn't doing more damage. You really only want enough damage, or enough strength rather, and enough dexterity to be able to equip the gear that you're trying to equip. Otherwise, put everything else in vitality. Your mana is made up by plus skills, and torch and Annie once you get to those things, and some charms along the way, and insight, a rune word, goes a long way into mitigating any mana uses that you need, and plus you can just chug blue potions in general. So best bet is to leave all your skill points for vitality, strength, and dexterity as you need it for your gear needs, and or for max block if you're a paladin, for example, doing Ubers or something like that, trying to hit that 75% chance to block. So that's what you want. Now, another one here that I can show you on the D2 screen is when you're filling up your inventory. So look at this here. My Tome of Town Portals is low. You want to come over here and you want to fill it up. Well, you don't want to sit here and click each one. That's kind of lame. That takes forever, one and one and one. What you can do is hold the shift button and right click. Hold shift, right click, boom. The whole doggone thing is full. Love that. So look at this. I have a lane right here. I need some more mana potions. You're not going to buy them one at a time, right? right click, one at a time. No, hold shift, right click, boom. It's in there all just like that. And now, what if you need many potions all at once? You know what I mean? Maybe you need many potions. What you can do to quickly buy your potions, you come on over here, take your belt off, put it back on. And then boom, you can fill it back up with the right click and the holding the shift. That way you're full here and you're full up in here as well. So if you're going to take on ancients or whatever happens to be, you got plenty of potions in your inventory and plenty of potions in your belt, ready to go, nice and fast. And then you can take these, maybe stick them in your cube if you need to or whatever it is. Obviously, I'm full on charms right now, so I apologize, but yeah. Nice quick tip for that right there. And you know, honestly, the best tip I'm gonna give you in this list right now is gonna be that RNG is gonna RNG. No matter what, no matter how much time you put into this game, it doesn't owe you a drop. Your next drop could be right around the corner, or it could be hours from now. You just never really know. So don't get discouraged. And when those good drops happen, make sure you store those nuggets of good vibes and good energy for the rainy season when you're not getting so much. So it's kind of a balance, but just remember that RNG is always going to be at play, and no matter how much you stack your MF or how much you grind, it's all just going to come down to dumb luck. And this is the part in the video where I hit you with a shameless self-promotion. If you haven't subscribed already, I beg of you to please do so. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. If you like the D2 content, I put out shorts daily, and we stream every single day so far. We're on a stream streak of 190 some, live daily on YouTube and Twitch. Come see us sometime and support the content, support the homies, support the stream dream. I appreciate you guys. Probably one of the best tips that I'm going to be giving you in this video is quick casting. Willie, what's quick casting? Well, if you hit escape, you come into the options, you go to controls, oops, nope, you go to gameplay, and you come down here, quick cast skills. Enable this to make pressing a bound skill hotkey instantly cast the skill in the direction or location of your mouse cursor. Wow, this is a game changer, and this might make the whole video worth watching. If you haven't done this already, this is incredible, and let me show you what I mean. Quick casting. Let's show you what it's all about here. So typically back in the day, you had your skills kind of here, and you kind of just had them on your left click and your right click, and you would change based on what skill you wanted to be using. No more. What you can do is have them bound to specific keys, like my skill 1 is Z, skill 2 is X. I have Z, X, C, V, B, N, S, D, E, and then H. H is for my town portals, E is my teleports, and then my other ones are just for whatever skills you have going on, okay? So now, instead of I want to teleport around, instead of going to the teleport and then using my right click to do that, it's bound to the E key, and I can just hold E and teleport and just move my mouse in the direction that I want to go. And that's the same thing for your skills. Instead of left clicking, holding shift and left clicking and shooting this chain lightning, I just hold it in that direction and I hit this corresponding key to make it happen. Telekinesis as well, all that stuff. I don't really have chain lightning mapped to a button right now because I don't really use it on my Novasork, but you get my point. Novasork I can't really shoot in a direction because it's only, you know, in your circumference. But you get what I'm saying. You just literally shoot in that direction and you'll be good to go. So just hold your mouse there. I'm just holding my mouse, hitting E to teleport, holding my mouse up to go up, and holding E. That's all I'm doing. So saves you a lot of clicking and is a big game changer for casters. It is really, really nice. And I even use it on the barb as well. Use it for the shouts and whatnot too. So whatever else you got going on. Certain things like hammers, for example, on Hammerden, I still use my left click for the hammers. And then for like Whirlwind on the barb, I still left click for that as well. But you can quick cast with those if you'd like to too. It's all preference. I just wanted to let you know that you had that option at your disposal if you didn't have it already. And please let me know down in the comments, did you know about quick casting? I didn't initially, so hopefully this was helpful for you because I love it. It is my bread and meat and potatoes right now, and I hope it's useful for you too. All right, the next tip that I have for you guys today is about blocking and running. Let's take a look here. We're gonna hit A to bring up our attributes, and you're gonna see our defense. Keep an eye on this defense number. Watch what happens when I run. See how it goes away? That means that when you're running, you have no defense. But watch what happens when I turn run off, and we just are walking. You have defense. So this can be a useful skill to learn, is toggling your run walk especially for melee characters. If you're really wanting to survive, especially if you're playing hardcore, this could be something that could really save your life. Just toggling that to walk when you're in a big fight. If you're moving around, you can turn it back off so you can move, quick again. But learn to toggle that run and walk so that your defense will always be there. Because if you're running, as you can see, it goes away. So don't leave yourself open to get popped in hardcore. Be careful out there. All right, this next tip is something that I learned because of this video. I wanted to make this video for you guys, and I was reading through tips from the community, and this one stuck out to me because I didn't know about this one, and maybe you didn't either. There's a thing in this game called faster hit recovery, and you get put into faster hit recovery mode when you get hit for at least a 1/12 or more of your health. So what happens is it kind of slows you down a little bit, makes you stop. If you're running around or teleporting around, you get into a mob that puts you into faster hit recovery, it can be difficult to get away. And it's a fast way to die, especially on hardcore. To mitigate this, to get rid of that, all you have to do is tap the W button. Let's go over here and take a look. Let's go find ourselves a mob and see if I can survive this. We're going to tap W here so nobody puts me into faster hit recovery. Let's find a mob here. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? All right, I'm tapping that, and as you can see, I'm getting hit, but they're not slowing me down. I'm still going. So that works, man. That is really, really cool. I didn't know that. If you didn't know that, please let me know down in the comments, because I think that's a pretty cool tip right there. Next tip that I have for you guys is if you are shopping, you're re-rolling, you're trying to look for maybe a nice scepter or a wand, something maybe you're starting out, whatever it happens to be. If you didn't happen to know, if you're shopping and the shopkeep doesn't have what you're looking for, you can re-roll what they're offering you. Look at these. You got a red, a green, and a blue. This should be nice and easy. So boom, let's keep an eye on those. Red, green, and blue. All you have to do is hit the waypoint and go right back to town, and their stock will have re-rolled from what they had. So we're going to go in here and check it out. And as you can see, boom, their staves have changed from the red and the blue and the green that we saw to these ones here. So you can just keep re-rolling and re-rolling until you find the thing that you're actually looking for. So in case you didn't know that, now you do. A little addendum on that last tip, especially if you're looking for a teleport staff. When you're really, really early on, maybe you're not a Swerk, but you'd like the ability to teleport, maybe get through walls or get through sticky situations, whatever it happens to be. Sub-level 24 is the ideal time to do that. 23, probably 21 to 23, depends on when you get to Act 3, essentially, and get your first waypoint. All you got to do is you go to town for Mr. Ormus here, and you shop what he's got. Now, I'm level 86 on this Paladin, so it's not going to quite work here. But if you go in here to trade and look at what he's got, if you are less than 24, you won't be able to equip anything that has charges on it. So that is useful right here. Lower resist charges. You won't be able to equip that if you're less than level 24. So you're looking for teleport charges, that works in the same way. So it'll make that item red. So when you're shopping for it, you'll know to look at the red ones and then just leave and come back. It kind of makes it a little quicker. And then boom, you hit your waypoint, come back, and he'll re-roll his stock, and you can keep looking for your teleport staff. Hopefully not too expensive. So there you go. Another tip for you. Aha, next tip for you guys is holding shift. What kind of tip is that, Willie? Holding shift. Well, I'll show you. Casters love this tip right here. So when you're going around and you got the hammers going on, especially if you're like me and you use left click for your hammers, you'll kind of stop there, but when I'm left clicking, I'm kind of moving around at the same time too. And especially if you're playing hardcore or whatever happens to be, that is definitely not the ideal thing to do because you don't want to necessarily go forward into a spicier pack. So what do you want to do in that case? You hold shift. And that way, no matter where I'm clicking on the screen, I'm staying in place and I will not move. So that way you have a little more control on where the heck you are going to be. So this is especially nice, like if you have the Enigma, you can teleport and not worry about, going too far forward into whatever sticky situation you're trying to avoid. So holding shift locks you in place, great for casters, necromancers, sorcerers, whatever you got going on, even Javazons. So check it out. My next tip for you guys is going to be synergies and plus skills. You do not get energy or any synergy whatsoever on your skills from +3. See how this Hoto here has +3 all skills? So what that means is my hammers are boosted by Blessed Aim and vigor. Okay? Blessed aim and vigor. Any plus skills, like the Hoto there, will not give me more damage toward my hammers. Only hard points. And what I mean by hard points, Giggity, is anything that you invest a point into. Something that you get a point from your weapons or whatever, plus skills, that will not count. Your torch, your Annie, any of that, anything that's plus skills, it will not give you plus to your synergies. It will help out that direct skill, but it won't help out the synergies of that skill. So just a useful information. I do believe druids are an exception to this rule for some of their skills. I can't speak on it at this moment because I actually just thought of it and I'm not prepared for it, but druids have a bit of an exception to this skill, and maybe I'll add an addendum here in a moment. We'll see what happens. And last but certainly not least, tip that I have for you guys is going to be white diadems. Pick them up, use them. What do you use them on? Charcy quest. I've never really found a useful thing to do with your Charcy quest until white diadems. Boom, you got a rare diadem, and what you do with it from that, if you don't like that, is 6 perfect skulls. Re-roll that diadem, and you can re-roll it over and over and over again until you find something that you do like. So a very useful thing to do with white diadems that are just chilling on the ground, and a useful thing to do with your Charcy quest. And then your perfect skulls as well, because you don't want to use perfect skulls for re-rolling charms, do you? Maybe you do, but now you can use them for rolling diadems as well. And that's the video, guys. I try to make it as quick and succinct as possible, not too much fluff, giving you guys some cool tips to get you back in, slaying the minions of hell. Thank you for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe, all the nonsense. Hop in the Discord if you haven't done so already. Come check us out live. Twitch and YouTube are live every day. And maybe share this around. If you thought this video was helpful, share it to people that you know play Diablo too. It's the best way to help me out in my journey in the YouTubes and Twitch and all the good stuff. So until next time, my friends, peace.